Hey there, my name's Adam and this is my renovation on Iris Street. Somehow, we're already at the 95th week. I don't get a ton of mudding done this week because the big event this week is heading up to the mountains for a bike race called the Triple Bypass. It's just over 100 miles and covers about 10,000 feet of vertical climbing over 3 mountain passes, over Juniper Pass, Loveland Pass, and Vail Pass. So, join me on the adventure while we go up into the mountains and do a little mudding. Alright, let's kick this week off. I start the week by installing a can light in this bathroom downstairs. I'm not going to finish building out this bathroom for 6 months, who knows, maybe even longer, but since this is the only working bathroom in the house right now, I decided a light would be really nice, so I throw in this can light on a dimmer switch. Huge fan of dimmers, probably going to have them in almost every single room. Love the ability to change the light luminosity depending on the time of day. In the evening, I like a little less light. After that, I head back up to the skylight vault to do a little bit of sanding on the first pass of mud before I put some more mud up there. I don't really have a good sitting chair at the house right now, so I get this $60 IKEA chair. It's comfy. My dream chair is the Set2 lounge chair by Herman Miller, but that thing's $1,600, so for now, this one's gonna be great. Steadily, I'm building up coats of mud on these joints in the stairwell. Again, this is one wall that I want to look perfect, so I'm spending a lot of time here. Alright, the highlight of the week, the Triple Bypass race. We're out in Silverthorne, Colorado, heading back down to Evergreen, where the race starts. This is a 3-pass race with about 10,500 feet of climbing, so it's a huge race. Before starting, I hit the porta potties, and it's off to the races. The first pass, Juniper Pass, was pretty cold and rainy. It's an 11,000 feet peak, and then after that, it's on to the second pass, which is Loveland Pass. Just before the pass, they have a lunch station, and I filled up. I haven't been taking many pictures throughout the day, but this is probably around the 5-hour mark, 4.5, 5-hour mark if I had to guess. So Loveland Pass is the tallest peak, just a few feet below 13,000 feet. So this is one heck of a climb, and then one heck of a descent, and they actually had this closed for traffic, so it was excellent for biking. After that, it's the third and final pass. Again, not a ton of photos here, but this is Vail Pass at just about 10,500 feet. On the downhill, I hammered it home. At around 100 miles, my finish time was just over 8 hours. My moving time was about 7 hours 50 minutes, but that doesn't count. It's start to finish time, so 8 hours 16 minutes start to finish. Just thrilled with this result. Hell of a race. Couple of shots of the finishing area here, and my friend Emily is just finishing behind me here, and that's her coach, Sarah, who also happens to be her sister. Great race, great people. And just like that, the Triple Bypass is over. These are all the new friends I made at our Airbnb, and I hope to race with them again in the future. With my legs good and sore, I'm back at the house, and you guessed it, it's time for some more mud. Guys, tonight's the night. I'm gonna try out the Super Taper. The Vancouver carpenter who has a YouTube channel uses something like this. You put the drywall tape up here, you put the mud in here, and you just pull it through, and it muds your tape for you. He just strings it into a bucket, gets 100 feet of it at a time, and just whacks it up into the corners and cuts it off with his knife. Let's see how it works. All right, well, I just finished using the Super Taper for the first time on these 3 corners, and that's all I'm gonna do for now. If there's anything I've learned while doing drywall, it's that you shouldn't do everything on the whole house all at once. Chances are some mistakes will be made, and I wanna make sure I can correct those before I move on to other rooms. This room's my bedroom, so I want it to turn out nice, but it's also not the front room. The main problem I'm concerned about with the Super Taper is bubbling. I think I got my mud nice and wet. I might need it to be a little bit more wet, we'll see. I also put it on the more mud setting, but there's a less mud setting. I think that's good. If this more mud setting works and I have my moisture content right, I'm gonna be able to bang out these rooms pretty quickly. I might even be able to get all the remaining corners done in a single evening. So I'll check back tomorrow and we'll see how the Super Taper did. Next week, you'll see me get a little bit more organized with my mudding process. I actually create a spreadsheet so that I can track the progress of each room. Not that you can't see it just visually, but I think if I can get a process going where I tackle all the joints and all the screw holes in a particular order, I can start assembly lining this thing and start cranking out these rooms a little bit quicker. But to end out this week, I'm just going around and putting out mud wherever I feel like it, which is pretty much the low-hanging fruit, easy parts to mud. The hard parts to mud are any of those joints. So again, next week, you're gonna see me get organized with a spreadsheet and start tackling the mudding a little bit more systematically. But yeah, for now, it's a free-for-all, and it's starting to look nice. That's gonna do it for week 95. What a hell of a week this was, but a great week. Thanks especially to Coach Kathy, Coach Sarah, Shane, Emily, Todd, Taya, Talia, Mark, and everyone who supported me on my fitness journey this year. It's been a hell of a ride, bike humor, and it's just getting started. We'll see you back next week.